These are 10 rookie mistakes that you are most likely doing. If this helps, subscribe. Alright, so the first one is when you are creating your slot, it is what race you pick. Now, in my opinion, there is only 2 races that you should never pick, and the first one being Harmonite, and the second being Calvar. So let me explain why you shouldn't pick Harmonite. If you get more XP, you will get less items in the long term. This is kind of a confusing thing to understand, but basically if your level is like this, and you have the 15%, you will be leveling up like this, whilst a normal person will be leveling up like this, in the gray line, okay? I'm doing this on paid, okay? Don't judge me. So this person is gonna be level 10 and have, let's say, like 20 potentials. Just for example, that's 20 potentials that he has. But the person with normal XP will be level like 8, whilst having the same amount of potentials. So I hope you can understand. Level 10, you have same power level as you would have on level 8. So you're fighting level 10 mobs with same power that you could have as level 8. And this scales and scales and scales basically forever. So I hope you understand that picking more XP will fuck you in the long term. Now with Calvar, it is because of this right here. All forms of heal regeneration no longer work, and all forms of healing are 70% less effective to you. You will not see a single player that's on the leaderboard using Calvar. It's a fine class to use like for like 10 levels, alright? But after that, you will literally not be able to heal and just die. Okay, whilst we are on still character creation, it's what sin you pick. If you want to farm SF, do Abomination. You will be guaranteed to die within like 10 levels if you're decent. But for God's sake, please don't pick Pride and whatever this thing is, pseudo-prophecy. Pseudo-prophecy, that's actually not a hard word. And also, I would recommend you to never pick Deceit, because it'll show you fake potentials. So it's basically impossible to make a build. It's the same as playing with Judgment, basically. So please, if you're making a normal profile, do not pick Judgment, Pride, Pseudo-prophecy, and Deceit. Everything else is kind of whatever. When you enter a dungeon, please do not pick any of these. These will give you more XP, and as previously said, the more XP you get, the less items you will get in the long term. This will fuck you up. Please do not pick any of these. Whilst I'm in a dungeon, I'm gonna go over another thing. You are probably terrible. Learn the basic combat so you don't get comboed like this. This will of course take time, and you can't get good at this in like, I don't know, an hour. Wait a minute, there's actually another thing that I could do in the dungeon, and it's not play solo. You playing solo will, 1, be more boring, and 2, you will have a less likelihood of actually surviving. Now there's of course exceptions, like if you're making a solo build, like a shadow build, but this video is about rookies, new players, okay? Please don't play solo, play with people. It will be much easier and more fun. Alright, the next step is a funny one, because in this video right here, I don't want to advertise it, but you can go watch it if you want. It's pretty good. I picked like every single element in the game on one slot. Now, why you shouldn't do that is because of the skill tree. Well, the soul tree, okay? I'm sorry. But of course, you're not gonna have any soul points if you're a rookie, you know, a new player. But you should still know this. Like, for example, I am trying to make a fire build right now, so I have invested everything into fire. Now, it would make 0 sense for me to pick, like, I don't know, water or like earth abilities and kind of ignoring fire abilities, because that's where all my buffs are at. Now, there's of course some exceptions, like for example, making a hybrid build, like, I don't know, frost and earth. I've never seen anyone do that, but it's an example, okay, buddy? You would have like 70% of the ice tree, and then, I don't know, like 40% of the earth tree. So you would focus primarily on frost abilities, but then you would have some abilities from earth category. But after you do finish your build, like for example this person right here, War Banner. War Banner is a physical skill, and it's literally meta for every single build in the game. As you can see right here. Live demonstration. So don't pick any random ass skills, okay? This actually leads to another mistake that people do, is not checking the wiki and just trying to figure out what the abilities do, or like what category they are. There is a wiki which I will leave in the description. So for example, you want to know what rare physical abilities there are. You want to find out, like for example, you want to find out what physical skills there are, or like what blue physical skills there are. And there you go, you can see there's focus shot, bloodbath, rush, and then there's purple ones, cleave, rapid fire, volley, and that is for every single skill in the game. So I would heavily recommend you use the Trello. It's basically just a wiki for this game. It has everything, literally everything in the game. even I think every single enemy perhaps. So please use this. It is extremely useful. Man, I'm chaining these like tips and like mistakes, whatever. Let's say you look at the Trello and you want to get Cold Breath, a frost skill, which is rare, and you have a purple frost crystal. You can come to this NPC right here. Why is he's just standing there, man? You can talk to this NPC right here, Crystal Trader. They also exist in dungeons, in portals. Anyways, you click, can I trade with you? And if you have 3 of the same rarity, same type crystal, you can trade that into a crystal of your own choice, and it will be that same rarity. So let's say I have a purple frost crystal, I crush it, I have 3 blue crystals, I come here, I trade, and I trade those 3 frost crystals into, I don't know, a rare fire crystal. Okay, here is another mistake you have definitely done, like guaranteed, this is a guaranteed mistake that you've done, is portals. You need to know what portals do. Please understand what portals do. And I'm looking at Trello right here, right? And the most annoying ones, in my opinion, are the PvE ones and the puzzle ones. Now, it's not that they're hard, it's that people don't know what it is and they just activate it. Like, for example, the puzzle, the Simon Says, a guy is just gonna run in there, click E, no one's gonna follow what colors it was, and you're gonna spawn like 20 enemies and die. Same with PvE event. If you don't know what the Mirror Realm, let's say, was gonna do, and you're gonna fight yourself, there's a good chance you die if you don't know what Mirror Realm is. Umbral Machinery. Again, you can get your team killed even. Like, it's kind of dangerous. Rest of these portals are kind of, you know, can't cause really harm, but one that can is the Underworld Altar, and it's knowing what to wish for. And also you will get a pretty nasty debuff. And so again, you can check Trello, but here you see wishing for power gives you a roll with a chance of 3 weapons with the same weapon tier you are currently holding, along with a debuff. Of course, the debuff is annoying. Wishing for wealth gives you money, which is 750 to 1250, along with a debuff, of course. And wishing for fortune, lastly, gives you 1 lucky roll, which is, wow, 5x. I didn't even know that. 5x chance of mythical unique potential, along with a debuff, of course. I didn't know it was 5x, that is a lot. And the debuff that you really don't want is ineptitude, because it'll give you +1 mana cost on every single skill. Deficient also is just whatever, it's M1 damage. Late game is just spells. Baron I've never even gotten, so I don't know. Baron chance increases for how many additional debuffs from the Underworld Altar you currently have. Base chance is 5%. Okay, so I've been just getting lucky and not getting that. So please understand what portals do and what they do. And this is the last mistake that new players do, is they get addicted to their slot, man. They get so attached to it that they make alt accounts, so they don't need to risk their main profile getting wiped. The whole game is about wiping. Only after you reach 35 SP can you, I don't know, legally start getting mad if you wipe your character, because you are not progressing anymore. You are trying to make a build or like a permanent slot kinda, so that's understandable. But if you don't have 35, you have no reason to be mad. You are still progressing, it's fine. Anyways, that's it. Those are the 10 rookie mistakes that you are probably doing. And if you did do some of these, or didn't know about some of these, subscribe and I don't know, watch some of these videos, maybe you'll enjoy them.